Welcome to Global Risk Community Chat. Today our guest is Mel Migriño. I'm very happy to have you here today, Mel. Welcome.
Hi, AJ. Hi,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. So before we get into the topic, can you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Mel Migriño. I am actually a passionate cybersecurity leader, passionate about all things around cybersecurity, technology, and of course, risk management. I am the Vice President and the Group Chief Information Security Officer of Meralco. Meralco is the largest energy distribution unit in the Philippines. And thank you, Risk Community, for actually inviting me in this chat.
Yes, of course, it's our pleasure. So with that being said, let's then get into the topic. What would you like to share with us today?
I would like to share my insights around the IT and OT convergence. I'm actually passionate about the enterprise of things, which speaks about convergence of IT and OT. And this is also revolves around the call of Industry 4.0 that brings together the world of information technology and operational technology as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Then let's get into it. So can you then tell us some key things, some important things about this topic?
Yeah, so I think AJ, before I further proceed, right, let me start off by giving our audience some of the key imperatives around the IT and OT convergence. Well, of course, the first one is really about having those, the cost savings or the cost reduction through streamlined processes and, of course, manpower. And because of this, they're also looking at better performance in meeting the service level agreements, better integration points between IT and OT, right? Enabling better outcomes in terms of data processing, analysis, and of course, the end state would be an improved customer journey. We also look at the adoption of the best practices, like the institutionalization of the change management processes across the pillars of operational technology, and of course, enhance visibility in the Security Operations Center for a proactive detection and containment. So I think some of the important things are focus areas, right, around IT and OT transformation would really revolve around organizational and technology strategies. So if you look at convergence from an operational approach, right? We talk about the IT and the operational technology teams have to begin with really working together. So there has to be a collaboration. We need to harmonize things, right? So when we say harmonizing things, we look at embracing not only the strengths of each team, but as well as the weaknesses of each pillar. We also need to look at assigning process and also technology champions for both IT and OT, as well as appointing an executive sponsor who will actually, champion, who will lead the overall engagement in the context of IT and OT convergence. Also, we need to instill, the segregation of duties and ensure that access management policies are, properly defined across the different pillars and different systems. Build a cross-functional team, right? So building a cross-functional team would mean, of course, your pool of, the data scientists should have a better appreciation, understanding of the operational technology processes. Why? So that they can actually, better analyze and provide you insightful output in terms of, data analysis and, of course, visualization. Then I think the last one would be coming from a board perspective or senior management perspective, is that to manage the initiative on a program level and perform regular executive reporting up to your senior management team, right? And also your board of directors. from a logical perspective or technology perspective, there has to be, a robust technology architecture wherein cybersecurity comes in as an overlay of this technology architecture. So it must specify the enterprise-wide IT and cybersecurity requirements, controls, right? Following industry best practices and frameworks for the IoT components and data. You also need to look at performing technical evaluation through actual testing that the infrastructure delivers the right level of performance. Review a review of the infrastructure to ensure that it meets the different cybersecurity policies and required architecture. Integrate, of course, very important, the cyber threat intelligence in your overall management and visibility of the core assets that reside within your IT and OT infrastructure. And we should not also forget to apply the physical security controls to veer away from physical tampering and destruction, physical tampering that can lead to fraud and eventually, revenue cuts on your end. And then alert and notification mechanism should be in place for any attempted breach. So practically, these are some of my insights around, how you can further strengthen IT and OT convergence in the context of cybersecurity.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. It looks so, extensive. A lot of things I think our audience should be paying attention to. So with that being said, can you maybe share some takeaway points for our viewers? Because of course, there's a lot of things I think they should be paying attention to, but if they were to start implementing one thing, what should they start with?
Yeah, I think by 2025, as they say, IoT will be a 30 billion USD business with a predicted 40 billion interconnected devices. So with this, cybersecurity practitioners as well as technology practitioners would need to rethink how we plan, design, and execute our strategies. Look at the defend forward proactive approach, where in the context of zero trust, some of you may still be following defense in depth, specifically those who are actually managing and operating critical infrastructure, supplemented with a very rich cyber threat intelligence, and of course, the collaboration between the different sectors in your society are practically all part of the core when all part of the core principles of Defend Forward. It is high time that we think differently to practically counter the adversaries.
Thank you so much with that as well. So with that being said, I have just one last question remaining since we are running out of time, and that is how it is for you to be part of the risk community in general. What are your some thoughts on what you have experienced so far?
Yeah, actually, I would say that I'm a new follower of the risk community, but I think for the past few days that I've been following it, I find it really insightful, right? And I am actually glad and excited to be part of the community, to share my knowledge and experience, and as well as to learn as well, because I do believe that there are actually a lot of experts, very good practitioners within the community, and I would also love to hear from them. So actually, thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your thoughts on it as well. I really hope that you, of course, enjoy our community, and also we are looking forward to hearing your expertise further than this as well. So with that being said, it's the end of our episode for today, our interview. So thank you so much for joining once again. It was a pleasure to have you and hear your insights, your thoughts. So thank you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Have a great day.